Have you received? I don't know if you received. Have you received the starting? Yeah. Okay. So I'll send. You won't receive it. Just seconds. Ben, you won't be able to. You'll only see. Let me send you. Are you on the WhatsApp already?
Yeah. I see the pictures you sent.
How many pictures have you seen already?
4.
Oh, okay, very good. Okay, you got them. Okay, fantastic, very good. Okay, then. So, okay, now we're now in Parashat Re'eh. We spoke on Monday. On Monday, we spoke about the idea of Maaserot, of giving a 10% donation to the poor, as it's written in the Torah, and the Malachi and the Navi Malachi brings down that it's the only mitzvah that you can challenge HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The moment you give the 20%, 10% is a machloket, but in general, 10% is mikubal. The best would be 20%, and that gives you ashirut, gives you richness ad belidai. That's what the Navi says. That's the prophets. The prophets say this. So we went through a few questions, and now we are now on Daf Shin Lamed Bet, page Shin Lamed Bet. There on the right hand side, top right hand side over there, you have the thing, and it starts in the second column Vehachinami. Okay, in the meantime, I'll explain. We said that there is a form of putting yourself into an exemption bracket, meaning you don't have to give the 20%. You can bring it through we said we can bring all the produce through the window, through the chimney, and the moment you don't put it as a pile in the sadeh, so it's still not prepared to be tied, and therefore you can eat from it, even kavua, even lechatchila as well, meaning you can take it with no problem. This is machlok, we spoke about it, but in general, you could leharim. You can make a trick, right? You can bypass the 10% or the 20%. Okay, you can bypass that. How? You eat in the fields. You bring it to into your house in a different form. Okay, not through the door, and through the window or through whatever it is. And Chachamim learned that only when you bring it through the door, the normal ways of bringing maaserot, food, you bring it through the door. Anything else, you will be patur. Okay. Now we're now in Shin Lamed Bet. Have you got it? Ve'achinami on the second column. Yeah? I don't want to start if you're still looking for it.
I just sent the pages. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I sent them a few minutes ago.
Okay. So Shin Lamed Bet, this page is still from Monday.
It's the second page of what I sent before. I sent 4. It's the second out of 4.
Okay, so does anybody have it? Yeah, everybody knows where we are? The second column, second paragraph, it says, starts with Vehachinami.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Everybody has, I suppose, yeah? Okay. Vehachinami, ho'il demideoraita achol leharim, min haTorah, from Torah perspective, you can bypass the 10%, the 20%. Let's call it 20% from now. Okay, leharim, veliftor atzmo, and to exempt himself ממקצת מעשרותיו כנזכלל, he doesn't have to give the 20%, he can give 15%. Not 5%, he puts in his pocket, right? Meaning he can eat it in the fields, or you can bring it into your house in a tricky way, yeah, through the window. אם כן, שפיד מצי לחייב עצמו להפריש המעשר מכל תבואתו, בלי שום העלמה כלל. So, אפילו על מנת לקבל פרס, וזהו עשר בשביל שתתעשר. And because he could exempt himself, nevertheless, if the person comes and makes the effort of taking upon himself the 20%, so then at that point, right, he is Mikayem, what's written in the Torah, Aser b'shvil shetitasher. That's what's written in the Gemara as well. You take 10% in order for you to become rich. Ve'od. Now we're now in the third paragraph. Ve'od yeshomar. If you have midash and iskalel, according to the midash that we said on Monday, okay, we said the word that the bracha that the person gets. We said, what did we say? We had a question. We said, how can you get the bracha in this world? We said you can't get a mitzvah, the reward of a mitzvah. You can't get it in this world. It's true. It's massive. You can't translate into anything here. There's nothing. Even though we like our houses and cars and vacations and this and that, it seems to us like big. Pashut efes shum davar. It's nothing, absolutely nothing, compared to what's waiting for us in Gan Eden. Now, how come is it that you do a mitzvah of maaserot and you get rich, meaning you get the sechar, you get reward in this world as well? How can it be? So we said not the mitzvah, it's the tilcha, it's the effort that the person takes into account in order to be able to separate the food and etc., and go to the fields and do the work for that. That in itself is already the mitzvah, okay? And that you're getting rich because of that, not because of the mitzvah, but rather the preparation to doing the mitzvah. That's what we spoke about on Monday. Ve'od, we're now just going back again, third paragraph. Ve'od יש לומר, לפי המידה שנזכלל, שכשם שלא אמרת לעני, די לך במה שציווני הקדוש ברוך הוא. We said as well that really that 20%, that food go to the poor. Now, instead of making the trick and taking 15% to the poor, not 20, you didn't do that. Say for example, you didn't do that. You gave the full 20%. Didn't play around. So then here we have a midah k'neged midah taking place. What? You didn't say, listen, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave me the option to minimize my maaserot. I don't have to give the 20%. I can give 15%, 10%. I don't know how much. I don't know how much, but yeah, right? Chelek, a certain portion. He speaks to the ani and he says, look, he didn't say that, right? Shelo amarta. You didn't say to the ani. You didn't say to the poor. Look, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave me the option of minimizing my maaserot. I don't have to give you everything. He didn't say that, right? He just Ela adraba higdalta mitzvah. You actually, what did you do? Quite the contrary. You actually made the mitzvah greater. Shehi teluya lemala min hashemesh. Dehainu lemala min haolam. This mitzvah is massive because it's a mitzvah that hurts you when you work and you toil and you're constantly working for your parnasa, and you give 20% of your income for things that is working on your midot tremendously, and that is תלויה למעלה מן השמש. That is, it's further away, it's higher than the shemesh, meaning it's mamash, it goes to very, very high worlds. דהיינו למעלה מן העולם. כך לא יאמרו לך די במה שנוגע לחלקך ולמזלך כפי סדר העולם, שאמר בו הקדוש ברוך הוא די. In other words, you didn't say die to the poor person. What did you say? Yeah, take it all. Take the 20%. So too, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will also say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will also say to you, Midah keneged midah, I will not look at what you're taking more than the normal. And according to the mazalot, I will not be as strict as it should be. Meaning, the moment the person, I can see already, the moment the person gives 20% of his income, so he is at that point going beyond what the mazal has dictated upon him. Okay, and I will give you a small gematria for those who like it. I think maybe I said it once a long time ago. I'll say it again. The pasuk said, "Aser bishvil shetit'asher," and this is it's connecting it to her as well. Aser bishvil shetit'asher. So aser bishvil shetit'asher. Now, if you get the word tit'asher, taf, ayin, shin, resh. Again, taf, ayin, shin, resh. And you get 10% of that, of the gematria of every single letter. So let's get it. Tit'asher, right? It's not taf, sorry, it's only one taf. Taf, ayin, shin, resh, 4 letters. Okay? So the gematria of taf is how much? Anybody knows?
400.
400. Now 10% of that, get 10% of that. How much is 10% of 400? 40. Okay? Now translate 40 into a letter in the Hebrew alphabet. The equivalent. Mem. Very good. So put that aside. Put that aside. That mem, put it aside. Let's go for the next letter now. Ayin. Ayin is 70. 70, 10% of 70 is 7. The gematria of 7 is what? Sorry, who said? Zayin. So now we have mem and zayin. Yeah, put it on the side. Now shin. Shin is how much? How
300.
300. 10% of 300 is how much?
Very nice. Mazal. Beautiful.
30.
30, the gematria of 30, like Danny said, is lamed. But it's not only mazal. What about the resh? The resh is what is 200. And 10% of 200 is how much?
Taf.
20.
20. The gematria of 20, meaning the letter that correlates to 20 is what?
Taf.
Chaf, Metsuyan. So now you have Mem, Zayin, Lamed, Chaf. Chaf Sofit. Mazalcha. Mazalcha mitasher. This is b'diuk what he's saying here. I just saw it. It fit now. In other words, what is happening is when the person gives maaserot, the 20%, he is going beyond the mazalot. That we, Am Yisrael, right? Am Yisrael, there's a stira in the Gemara. There's a contradiction in the Gemara. The Gemara says, on one side, on one place it says that Am Yisrael, all of us, The whole of Am Yisrael are under the mazalot. And another place, it says, we are above the mazalot. We have the mazalot have no power over us. How can it be? The stira. Either we're under the mazalot, like the goyim, or we'll be lemala. We're just above it, and mazalot don't talk to us. And the answer to that is, we all have mazal. When we are born, right? When we are born, so we have a certain mazal, and according to that mazal, that mazal, you get married so you live so long, how many children you'll have, v'chulu. That's the mazal. And that's why we say mazal tov. If we wouldn't have mazal tov, if we wouldn't have a mazal, why should we say mazal tov? We should have a good mazal, right? And if you already have a mazal, so what is the mazal tov? You're giving him a bracha. What for? Stam? If you can't change it, if you can't change the goyim can't change the mazal. The goyim can't change the mazal. Obama became Obama because when he was born, the stars, but at the end of the day, he became there. And the same thing with Joe Biden, and the same thing with this one and that one. All the goyim, it's not because they davened, and it's not because they got certain things. No, the mazal was dictated the moment that's why they do all these plans, and they can do all these things, because they can believe it, But us, Am Yisrael, it doesn't touch us. We do have a mazal. We have a mazal. The person did so much and this and that, but we have our mitzvot. We have our rewards as well in this world. And one of the things that we do, we have kibud avayim, right? For example, kibud avayim is you have the mitzvah of honoring one's parents. Yeah. What does it say? Long life. Now, what a moment. Why is the Torah saying long life? If the person had a mazal, right? The person has a mazal of not being able to. He's going to live only till 50. Right? Until 50 he's going to live. So, and that person came and honored his parents very well. Mashu, incredible. So, if he would have a mazal, like the goyim have, that's it, 50 and no more. But because we are above the mazal, we do mitzvot, and we have sechar, we have onish as well. Okay, we also have onish. We go back and forth. We have a cheshbon, we have an account. Our account is a plus and minuses. There are certain mitzvot that gives us the plus. It gives us the long life, the good life, the panasah, the health, v'chule. And there are certain things that we do, unfortunately, that bring and cut us off from long life, like eating chametz on Pesach, or issues with nida, or even Shabbat. There's certain things, right? Certain mitzvot, certain things that you have to take care of. So we are in the mazal. We are beyond the mazal. We have a mazal, the base. We have the base mazal. We through our tefillot and through our mitzvot, we can rise above all of that, above all of the mazalot. We've seen it many times, and this is the power. And this is what what do you call this? This is what the Zera Shimshon is saying here. Here, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines from the top, from the third paragraph. Yeah, because I spoke a bit now. Now, kach says yes. Oh, yes. Says למעלה מן העולם, כך לא יאמרו לך די במה שנוגע לחלקך ולמזלך. That's מן השמיים. They will not say that's enough for you as well. No, you can't have 3 Teslas. No, only 1. What? 5 villas? No, only 1. But if you give 20%, so that is, they will not tell you in Shamayim that's enough. They will not tell you that's enough. Why not? Because you didn't say that's enough to the poor. You gave the 20%. You could have said enough, 15%. I have a way of how to, what do you call this? Circumvent and trick, make a trick, circumvent the other 5%. I don't have to give you the other extra 5%. Yeah, this person is talking to the poor person. And therefore, because you, it's midah keneged midah, everything's midah keneged midah. Because takes, he deals with a person, midah keneged midah, measure for measure. You're nice to people, you are happy, you give, you this. HaKadosh does the same thing to you. You are strict, you are this, you're makpid, you're angry, you get angry. HaKadosh also the same thing to you. It's the shades. Yeah, it's like the shadow of the person. The way you behave with the mitzvot and with people, so HaKadosh behaves with you midah keneged midah. So the same way here, because you didn't say die enough, you didn't say die. Here, have it all, 20%. I didn't make a trick here. I didn't circumvent anything. Here, give the 20%. So to HaKadosh here, take everything. What do you want? I'm not going to look at what you take or what you didn't take. You want 3 Teslas, 10 villas? Take it all. Take it all. For him, HaKadosh is nothing. Right, so here it says, "Dai b'ma shenogea lechelkelcha ulemazalcha," and that's why I gave you this gematria, tit'asher, right? Tit'asher ulemazalcha. He says, "Kefi shesider ha'olam shamar bo HaKadosh Baruch Hu dai." When HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world, say for example, I'll give you an example. Yeah, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. He says, okay. Trees start to grow. The trees start to grow. Now, you have to understand that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when he saw that the tree was growing, the bark, the branches, the leaves, the fruits, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, "Die, enough." Why enough? Why enough? Because if HaKadosh Baruch Hu wouldn't have said die, says that the Midrash brings down, and this is what he's saying here, the trees would be able to bring forth already clothing, other things that we don't have anymore. Because Baruch Hu said die, that's enough. Because in this world, there is a certain limitation to the bracha that we can get. But if the person gives maaserot, he's not in that limitation. Who gives you more than what normal. I'll give you an example. You have the palm tree. You have the palm tree. The palm tree is the tree that, if you look properly, it has like a zigzag, right? It's like a little one on top of the other. Yeah, it's got like one piece, and it looks like another piece, like another piece, like a Lego type of thing, right? It's no one trunk, full trunk, all very very symmetrical. The palm tree goes thick, and then little by little it goes, it comes little by little. And now, if you see, there's very ragged type of material. There's a crisscross taking place. If you look at this, there's a certain crisscross taking place. And you know what I'm talking about? Can you understand what I'm talking about? There's a certain a material, very rough material. It looks like it's a crisscross type of material.
Where in the palm tree? In the lulav? Or where do you mean?
No, the actual palm tree, not the lulav. Lulav is another thing. Talking about the palm tree itself. How I didn't take any pictures of it.
The outer surface of the trunk.
That's it. The outer surface of the trunk, if you notice, there is a certain.
It had two spiral. It's spiraling in two directions, like a pineapple. That it's similar to a pineapple.
Okay, but it has it comes. There's certain it protrudes certain weed, call it a weed, call it something, whatever. That's
root of it's the roots of the previous palms that were growing.
Okay, so but if you notice, it has a what do you call this? A crisscross formation. Now this crisscross formation, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, "Die, enough." Because I heard this from Dan Entroy actually in the Brit Milah of my son. He came to Gibraltar and he spoke about this. I was very very impressed with what he said. So Allah Shalom. He said like this. He said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, "Die, enough," because if not, the palm tree would have converted itself into the fruits, part of the fruits, part of the actual trunk of the palm tree would end up bringing a suit, some clothing that the person would only get. He wouldn't even have to work. He would have to just get it from the tree, and that's enough. It would have been, obviously, we see it as a very core, very very rough type of material, but that material should have developed as the Baruch Hu created the trees and the palm tree, etc. So this is what he says. Die. Yeah, this is. I'll go back again. ולמזלך כפי סדר העולם שאמר בו הקדוש ברוך הוא די. As when הקדוש ברוך הוא created the world, so everything that הקדוש ברוך הוא created, he said to that creation, die, enough. You stay there. You can't grow anymore. You can't develop yourself more than what you should. When Mashiach comes, I think that when Mashiach comes, it'll be on a different level already. There'll be a tikkun haolam, and then it's already on a different level, and the trees will give forth not only fruits but other things as well. And the whole nature of things will be on a different level. כמו שלכן נקרא El Shaddai. That's why HaKadosh Baruch Hu is called El Shaddai, because he said die. ותיטול אשריך למעלה מן השמש. And you'll be able to get your richness from above the sun. Meaning, mamash, you're touching, by you doing this mitzvah of maaserot, you're touching the core of all the roots of all the bracha, all the shefa, all the tremendous sustenance that Baruch Hu gives to the world. You're getting it from there. You're getting it from there, not from the other channels. And therefore, obviously, you can get as much as you want. ואמרו זה דווקא במצוות המעשר. And this is only applicable to the mitzvah of maaserot, not on Shabbat, not on kashrut, or tefillin, tefillah, whatever it is, הדלקת נרות, no. דווקא maaserot. Why? משום שכשמו כן, הוא תיקון v'yichud le'aseh sefirot. The maaserot, which is basically the word aser, right? So it's already rooted with the 10 sefirot that the world was created. HaKadosh Baruch Hu put into the world before the world was created. So everything is based on 10 sefirot, 10 sefirot. I don't know exactly how to translate that. 10 measurements. I don't know exactly. Spheres. Okay, very good.
But isn't the Hebrew word mamarim?
What?
10 mamarim, Hashem created the
world. 10 mamarim is 10 commands. 10 words. 10 utterances.
utterances is good.
Yeah, 10 utterances. But The Eser Sefirot is already on a different. It's the whole structure of how we say tefillah and where all tefillot go and all the rachamim, all the din, all the everything. All that is based on the 10 Sefirot. It's already on the obviously on a much higher level, Kabbalistic level. But basically, you're touching on that. At the moment you're being metaken, you're fixing the parts of the tikkun, meaning parts of the chet of Adam Arishon, and you're in a good place. You're in an excellent place by doing that. It's not easy. It's very hard. לא פשוט to be able to do that mitzvah. בייחוד ל10 ספירות, וידוע שהן כלולות 10 מעשר, מ10 עד אין סוף. ומשם יקבל השפע 7 רצון. Okay, so from here we see that the moment you do the maaserot, you're touching on these 10 sefirot, and you're going to the highest level in terms of the shefa. Shefa Ratzon, which is the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to give you. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to give. That's his Ratzon. He only wants to give. Ve'od. Okay, we're now. That's one other reason. Okay, that's another reason. We'll go now touch another reason now. Ve'od yesh lomar. She'atam she'anu chayavim b'maaser. Why do we have a mitzvah, an obligation of doing the maaserot? לפי שבזה נודע לנו שהארץ של הקדוש ברוך הוא. Maaserot, when you give 20%, it's a direct, it's another reason, okay? It's a direct understanding that there is a Kadosh Baruch Hu, there's a God in this world, and Eretz Yisrael, you only do Maaserot in Eretz Yisrael, not in Chutz La'aretz, only in Eretz Yisrael. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the king, and giving 20% is your taxes. Kevyachol. It's considered taxes that you give to the poor. Now let's go back again. Let's go back from the beginning. ועוד יש לומר, שהטעם שאנו חייבים במעשר, why is it that we have to give 20%? לפי שבזה נודע לנו שהארץ של הקדוש ברוך הוא, through this, we show that the land belongs to Hashem. When we give 20%, right, this 20% is considered taxes. And who commanded this? So then we show that the land is Hashem's, and we're taking certain amount, right? And part of it we take it for ourselves, and the rest, 20% for the poor. שהארץ של הקדוש ברוך הוא היא, ומי שאינו נותן המעשרות, somebody who doesn't give מעשרות, כתיקונן, like it should be, הוא כופר ובזה העיקר. You basically throwing out this mitzvah out of the window, כביכול, and negating that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the king. You don't do the mitzvah, you don't care, so you're not giving any importance to that HaKadosh Baruch Hu כביכול is the ruler of the land. The Gemara says it's a bit of a story, but it says Ar'a letaska mishavda. Malka amar man diyahiv taska lichul ar'a. Anybody who works and gives taxes to the land, it says Umalka amar, and the king has said, man diyahiv taska, anybody who gives taxes, lichul ar'a, he'll be able to eat from the land. Uman, we're now on the third page. Yeah, everybody has it. Uman de lo yahiv karga, and somebody who does not give taxes, yishtabed leman de yahiv karga. Somebody who doesn't give taxes, meaning doesn't keep the mitzvah of maaserot, 20%, yishtabed, he will become, he'll be a slave, he'll be enslaved, he'll be enslaved to the one who does give taxes. Okay? והכי נמי. So too. הקרקע של הקדוש ברוך הוא היא, ואנחנו עבדיו. הקדוש ברוך הוא is the owner of all the land. ואנחנו עבדיו, and we are his servants. כי לי בני ישראל עבדים, like the pasuk says, כי לי בני ישראל, עם ישראל, are the servants of הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונתנה לנו, why did הקדוש ברוך הוא give us the land? כדי שניתן התסקה דהיינו מעשרות. So that we should give 20% to the poor, and this is called מעשרות. Okay, so basically, we are his avadim, we are his servants, and who gave us the land. We have to give part of the land, part of the not the land, but part of the fruits of the land to the rest of Am Yisrael, the ones who need it. Uman de lo yahiv taska, and somebody who doesn't give taxes, lo lichol ara, he won't be able to eat from the land. There was once that the Gemara says, from the Gemara we just quoted now, the Gemara says that there was once, there was somebody, a few people, whatever, they had a certain piece of land, and they didn't give taxes to a king, not to no maaserot. We're not talking about maaserot. The same idea, but it came out as a story, as a maaser, or really real story that happens. So you had, say, two people who had, or a person who had a certain big piece of land, and he didn't pay his taxes to the king, and he ran away. Now the rich people in that place, they overpowered that land. Jews, they overpowered the land. This one left. He didn't pay his taxes. He left. He ran away. He didn't want to pay the taxes. Whatever he was, he ran away. So the rich people came in, and they paid the taxes to the king. Not to Hashem, to the king. There was a king there, and the other we all have to pay taxes now. So they paid taxes to the king, whatever tax it was, and they kept on paying. So the question came out and said, "Wait a moment, are they stealing the land of the other one?" So they went to Rava. I think it was Rava, and Rava says, "No, they're not stealing anything. Why? Anybody who pays the taxes, he has hold on the land. The other one didn't pay that. In other words, your only merit of taking and using the land is because you're paying taxes. You didn't pay taxes, you're out. Somebody else comes in, rich or not rich, and he pays the taxes. So that's it. You have the right. Yeah, the ashir, the rich person has the right to stay in the land and pay, and it's not considered that he stole. He doesn't steal anything because it's all based on taxes. Okay, this is how it used to be then. Even nowadays, I suppose, you don't pay taxes. You have a piece of land, you don't pay taxes. The government, the government, whatever it says, they'll take it away from you. You don't, yeah, whatever the taxes were worth, whatever it is, they'll take it away from you, and that's it, right? And somebody else who pays the taxes will get the land back.
That's the case in many states in America. That if certain people haven't paid the property tax on the land for a number of years, and somebody else comes along and pays it, so the land gets transferred to the people who paid the tax.
Really? Can you see? Exactly. So this maaseh, this story from the Gemara, you can see that this idea can, wow. Yeah. Interesting. So anybody who pays taxes, why? Because the land is theirs. The USA, America, whatever it is, whatever land it is. So the king, the government, the president, whatever it says, it belongs to them. and you only have your rights are only because you're paying taxes. You don't pay taxes even though you paid for the building, yeah, for the beautiful cottage and beautiful lands that you paid for it, but you're not paying taxes, so you're out.
So I have a question, if you don't mind. I don't know, you might have covered this before and I missed it, I don't know. But in this day that, people pay taxes to the government, and the money from the taxes part of it goes to, for social services, to help the poor, some of it goes to Shas, Yeshivot, some of it goes to, people in need and so on. So by paying your taxes, part of it is going to tzedakah. Not all of it, but part of it is going to tzedakah in a way. So does that absolve you to some extent from the 10%?
So you're hitting on a very good point, as usual. Very good, Yehuda. So I don't want to go into politics. This is not the forum now. But I'll give you a hashkafic understanding of what's going on. There is the religious world, the yeshivot, the world of the yeshiva, right? So they take money from the government, a small amount, but they take it. Every single month, they have a certain amount of money that every single person who learns in Kollel or yeshiva or cheder, whatever it is, they take an amount. Very small. We're always complaining that there's nothing compared to what they get in universities or whatever other places. In terms of thing, we get 600 shekels. Yeah, that's the temicha, that's the support that the government gives to each avrech. 600 shekels nowadays is nothing, but whatever they give. Now, so like you said, Shas, right? So Shas comes and constantly complain, or they do things that they're this, give me more, give me this, give me that. They go into the politics side of it, and they try to take as much as possible. Okay, that's the game of the thing. So many people, and they came to the Gedolim and they say, why on earth do we have to get money from the government? Why are we getting money from the government? At the end of the day, it's only 600 shekels is maybe a fifth or a quarter of it's good. Yeah, it's about a quarter, even less maybe, yeah, of the amount of the wage of the avrech. So work a bit more. People go to Chutz La'aretz a bit more. And Baruch Hashem, there's plenty of Yehudim, and get the other quarter. Why do we have to start fighting and the government telling about us that we are we money suckers and this and that, and why do we need all that? Am Yisrael will be able to, we don't have to do that. The answer, there's two answers. One famous answer that Rav Shach brought down and others, the answer is like this, that those 600 shekels, like Yehuda mentioned, those 600 shekels are coming from whom? From the 7 million people, Jews, I don't know if it's 6 million people, 6 million Jews, which are in Eretz Yisrael, and they give taxes. So everybody is giving 10 agurot, nothing, like a dime, or whatever it is, even less, nothing. But they're giving something to tzedakah. And this is the way that we can bring the rest of Am Yisrael, who are chilonim and they're not religious, they don't want to give, or whatever it is, but through those channels, they're still giving to Torah. And they have a certain zechut. They have a certain merit. This is what Rav Shach said. We don't need it. If we can take care of our 75%, 80%, why do we need that 20%? We'll go somewhere else. We'll get it from somebody else. There's plenty of rich people, Baruch Hashem. The same way as we can get the 80%, we will be able to get the other 20% and fill it up. And no, the idea behind it is what? We want to mizakeh rabim. Mizakeh rabim meaning we want to give a certain merit to the rest of Am Yisrael, that they should also have part of the Torah that we're learning in Eretz Yisrael, even though they themselves don't know what's happening, right? We're explaining it. We're explaining, and this is in Shemayim. This is how it's looked upon. Now, there's another answer. There's another. This is more on a tactical. This is more on a tactical thing, and this is Rav Steinman gave. Rav Steinman gave this answer, which is a very interesting idea, and that is, and this is what we're seeing to a certain extent now as a problem. Seconds. So we're seeing like this. We're seeing the tactical thing is like this. If you know the government is not so nice with the Haredim, right? And they want to change us. They want to make us more open, start working, don't learn so much, go to the army, this and that. This is a fight that's for years, all right? Now it's open, everything's open, everything's very, very clear on where everybody stands. Now, if you, it's a war, it's a fight. So in every fight, if you're fighting on the periphery of your land, you have the land. If you fight, your fight is beyond the periphery, and you're like fighting from outside your borders. So the borders, the country, your place is not touched. So when we start fighting for the money, so it's like giving a few. You know, you got a dog who's attacking you. What do? You throw him some bones. Throw some good, delicious bones. Throw the bones, and the bones. He'll go for the bones, hopefully, and not for you. So this fight that Am Yisrael, kevechol, not Am Yisrael, that the Charedim are doing, this fight, the non-religious and the government and the whole thing that they want to change us, and they want to. Unfortunately, it's a big fight. So the fight is constantly on the money side. They don't touch us. They recently they're now working on the goof, on the actual person itself. Meaning, we want the bachurim to go to the army. We want them to go to work, not to learn. Forget the Torah. So the fight is getting closer. The fight is getting closer to the body, to the physical body of the bachur, of the avrech. And unfortunately, it's very tough. There's no money, no this and the other, and obviously it's hitting right on the sensitive side of the spectrum. So this is two reasons why we what do you call this? We let them give money to the Haredim, to the yeshivot and the kolelim, etc. One of them is so that they should be zocheh. Number two, it's like bones. You're throwing bones and you're making a fight on the money. Constantly with the money. It's a decoy. And they're constantly fighting for the money, but the bachurim, the yeshivot, they're not touching. We're constantly talking about the money. You understand? That is a big chidush. That's a very nice understanding. Okay, so let's go for another few more minutes. You understand? Any questions? Yehuda? You understood everything?
Yeah, Baruch Hashem. Great.
Okay, very good. Okay. But I think it's a good idea. Anyway, so let's go for, at least we'll do one more. Okay, just a second. אומן דלא יאיב טסקה לא יחנן, ומשום אחי, מי שמעשה פירותיו כראוי יהיה עשיר, somebody who gives מעשרות from his produce, he will become rich. ומי שאינו מעשר, and somebody who does not give מעשרות, the 20% or the 10%, at least 10%, as fitting, יהיה עני. It'll be poor. So it's either being rich or poor. There's nothing too much in the middle. Somewhere in the middle, there's always somewhere in the middle, but it's very clear. It's very clear. Somebody who gives, even though some people are rich, okay, like everything we have, somebody are rich because the mazal was that he was supposed to be rich. He doesn't give maaserot, but he's rich. Okay, that's another cheshbon. Hu will take care of him as well. Because Hu gave him a lot of money and he didn't give maaserot. It's responsibility, massive responsibility that he has to give. So that's the rule. That's the rule of the game. Ve'im ken, we just want one more. Ve'im ken milevad mitzvat hamaaser shazeh shamur hasecha le'atid. So apart from the reward that we get from the maaserot, you're taking 20%. We get becoming rich because of the mitzvah, of the hechsher mitzvah that we're doing, but the mitzvah itself, that le'atid, that's for the future. כמו כל שאר המצוות, יש הודעה ברורה ומפורסמת שהארץ של ברוך הוא היא ואנחנו עבדיו. It's a clear, we're advertising כביכול that Hashem is the one who the lands belong to Hashem. ומי שנותן המעשר מן ראוי הוא שיזכה אף בחלק חברו שאינו נותן המעשר. And that's another chidush. And this is it connects to what we said about the American thing that if you pay taxes, right? So there's a certain shefa, there's a certain goodness and abundance that the Hu gives to the world. The person who gives maaserot, so he takes shefa, he takes good abundance from a shamayim, above all the mazalot and everything. Somebody who doesn't give, so I will take from him and give it to you. So basically, how do you become rich? Another answer. How do you become rich? Because of others who don't, not only because of the mitzvah. We said if everybody would give maaserot, everybody would get rich. But there's another way of answering it, and that is there's a certain shefa, a certain abundance that comes to the world. He should have gone to Shimon. Shimon doesn't give maaserot, so he comes to me. Is it right? He comes to the person who does give maaserot. So basically, I'm taking 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, 100 portions to me for myself. That's why the person becomes rich. Because of that he becomes rich. He has a double share now, even more. Right? It's just giving you the minimum. ועוד, דהועיד דמיין להשתבד למאן דיהיב קרקע, and because Chachamim said somebody who gives, who doesn't give maaserot, somebody who doesn't give maaserot, he is enslaved to somebody who does give maaserot. אם כן, על כורחין לומר שמי שנותן המעשר יהיה עשיר ויהיה לו מעות להלוות למי שאינו נותן. So somebody who gives maaserot, it becomes rich, and he's going to give to the one, because the one who doesn't give maaserot, he becomes poor. If he becomes poor, so he starts to take a loan. From who is he going to take a loan? He takes a loan from a rich person who gives maaserot. So this ani, it's not always like this, okay? Please don't start saying, look at this one, look at that one. He never gave maaserot. No, there's other cheshbonot as well. This is a standard answer of how to explain the maaserot. When the person gives maaserot, so he overrules his friend who didn't give maaserot in two ways. In ashirut, that money comes to me, and not only that, but I lend it to him. He has no money, so I become the bank. ויהיה לו מעות להלוות למי שאינו נותן, וקרא כתיב, עבד לווה לאיש מלווה. The pasuk says in Mishlei, very powerful pasuk, it says, עבד לווה. The love, the one who is the one who's borrowing money, he is the Eved, he's the owner. Leish malveh, to the one who he got money from. He becomes an Eved. Umishumachi, shani mitzvat maaseh deshari lenasui yevar elakozuchu. And because of this, it's mutar. It's different. Yeah, the mitzvah of maaseh is different. That it's permitted to challenge HaKadosh Baruch Hu in this. Okay, so we see from here we are challenging Hashem. How? Why are we challenging? Why are we challenging HaKadosh Baruch Hu? We're challenging HaKadosh Baruch Hu because how are we challenging him? Because we know that there is a certain conditions that sound not conditions, but certain repercussions that are taking place, and that is what? That when the person doesn't give his taxes, his maaserot, so that money, right, goes to somebody else. That shefa goes to somebody else, and that person becomes rich, and that person can loan to others, and becomes very rich. So this is why it's mutar, it's permitted for us to challenge HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Why? Because it's clear. Anybody who pays taxes, he takes it all. Takes the land, takes the shefa, takes everything. Somebody who doesn't pay taxes, thank you for the halakha. Somebody who doesn't pay taxes, so he's out. He's out of the game. He becomes ani. There's problems, issues. He has to pay the. This is tremendous shefa, and that is the reason why we can challenge. We can challenge HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is a very powerful, very chutzpah. It could be even chutzpah, like I'm challenging you, like, but you can challenge. It's mitzvah. It's okay. HaKadosh Baruch Hu likes that. Why? It shows you're challenging, and at the same time, it's showing that Hashem is the one who is the ruler, because He's giving to Him and not to him. Why? He paid taxes. He didn't pay taxes. It's very clear. Very clear. So it's beautiful. Zera Shimshon explaining, in depth the idea of Maaserot. And B'ezras Hashem, may we all do this mitzvah, and B'ezras Hashem become very rich, have a lot of shefa, and lend to the goyim, not to other Jews. The other Jews should also have the Maaserot as well. And B'ezras Hashem, we should be matzliach, v'kol mikol kol B'ezras Hashem. When I said
Amen.
to lend,
Thank
meaning
you.
to lend with a lot of interest. Okay, everything good.
Shabbat shalom.
Everything good, my friend. Take care. Shalom, shalom. Bye bye.
Sure.
Thank you, Rabbi.